Hey everybody, I'm Zach Primrose from Primrose Productions Music. I'm here to talk today about how to record acoustic guitar. There's a lot of different ways to mic acoustic guitars. You can do single microphones, stereo pairs, whole room mic setup. You can even just record the DI straight out of the guitar. Whatever you have available you can do, but this is my personal way. I like to use 4 mics when I'm recording acoustic guitar. So let's go over what those are. As you can see here, the main part of the sound is coming from a stereo pair of large diaphragm condensers. We're using the AT4040s here, but you can use any large diaphragm condensers. The way you want to set up a stereo pair like this is first of all, you want to get them as close together as possible to get rid of any phase issues. And the way you're going to place them is you're going to want to try and get them as close to the middle point of between the sound hole and the 12th fret, and 6 inches to a foot away from the guitar. And you're going to want to angle one towards the sound hole and one towards the 12th fret, and that'll give you a nice wide stereo image of the guitar. And a lot of people use huge room mic setups and the stereo pair, and that's it. But I also like to add an extra mic. It's just a little pencil condenser on the body of your guitar. It just adds a little bit more warmth from the body itself. And this one's a really cheap one, but if you have any expensive microphones, you're going to want to make sure that you tell whoever's playing the guitar to be careful not to knock their guitar into your expensive microphone, because it's really close. It's in a weird spot. It's not something they're going to think about or expect, and if you have a really sensitive microphone, you could damage it just from a simple little bump. So just give them a gentle reminder about that so they don't damage your stuff. The last mic in this setup is just a single room mic. A lot of people use stereo pair rooms. They might have more than that, but I like to use just a single room mic. This mic is the Aventone CV12. It's a tube microphone, so it's got a nice warm sound for this bright room. And it also has a switchable polar pattern. So it's actually in the omnidirectional polar pattern right now, so it's actually picking up sound all around the microphone, so it's picking up the entire room sound. Now, if you don't have enough microphones or a large enough room to use room mics, you can always just use the close mics and add some reverb in post. That's totally fine. But if you do have the space, if you do have a larger room like this, it's nice to get some of that room sound. Now, the close mics are running through a Behringer tube preamp. It's a really cheap preamp, but I like the sound of it. It adds a nice little bit of warmth with the tube in it. And then the tube mic, you don't want to run the tube into the tube because then it gets muddy. Too much warmth sounds muddy. So that's just going straight into the interface, which is a Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. And yeah, that's the basic setup. So now I got my buddy Daniel Stevens here to play guitar, and let's hear how this all sounds. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's just my personal way to record acoustic. Like I said, if you don't have the space for room mics and all that, or if you don't have enough mics to do stereo miking or whatever, you can record this all with a single mic. Just get it right up, kind of about 6 inches away from the sound hole. That'll give you a pretty good sound. Or even 6 inches away from the 12th fret angles at the sound hole. That'll give you also a really good sound. And that'll make it a little bit brighter because the sound hole can be kind of boomy sometimes. But if you have enough mics, this is a great way to set it up. If not, you'll do what you can. Add reverb if you want to, whatever. It's all comes down to personal taste and what you have available. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, I'd really love it if you could leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear any suggestions you have for what you want to hear about in the future. I'd be happy to make more videos for you about those topics. And if you liked everything, if you could just hit subscribe and that little notification bell so you can be notified when we come out with new videos, that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.